And ahoy gamers, and welcome back to our hardcore solo self-found run on our Necromancer. This episode we finally make our way through Act 6 after doing a lot of farming to beef ourselves up. As we make our way through Act 6, we get to enjoy how strong this build really is, and we finally clear Axiom Prison, just like in Act 1, ready to push through the rest of Act 6. Without further ado, let's jump on it. And ahoy gamers, and welcome back to Path of Exile as we're playing through as a complete noob on a hardcore solo self-found in the Setters League. We're playing through as a Necromancer. A few changes since the last episode. I took a week off because I went and got married, and so now I'm back to recording, back to playing the game. So a few changes in the last episodes. I've upgraded a lot of my gear since then. So I've got a new shield here, I've got a new helmet, new gloves, new boots, messed around with our potions here, and we've gone up a few extra levels. The extra levels, I've just followed the guide that's in my description down below. The guide in my description is to a max roll website made by a guy called Helmbreaker. He's got a YouTube channel as well, so have a look at his YouTube link down below as well. So last episode we made our way, that was the wrong button, because I didn't play this in a while. So made our way into Act 6, where we're now back in Lion's Eye Watch. We're going to make our way through Act 6. We might be able to finish it today, or we might finish it in the next episode. We'll see. A few changes to our skills. You see down here we now have Clarity, Vitality, Held of Purity, and we also have Purity of Elements, which gives us elemental resistance. So we've got one extra what's this called? I forgot what it's called. One extra buff. And then we've also changed our Chaos Golem to a Summoning Stone Golem. We've also got ourselves a Convocation, which if we press this button, all of our minions will teleport to us. First and first, we're going to go to the Twilight Strand, because there is a quest for us to do down here. I forgot what this one is called. Here it is. Fallen from Grace. The leaders ask you to clear the Twilight Strand of Undead. So, as you can see, there's a lot of undead here. You can see how much things just explode. We want to make sure we keep all of our zombies up. As per usual, we've got Absolution doing loads of damage. We've got Frostblink, Flesh Offering, which allows me to essentially buff my damage. So we're just going to keep clearing out as many of these undead as we can. And then Convocation, if I teleport away and then press the button, everyone teleports to me, and I also get a buff as well. So I think I get extra health regeneration. So we're going to hopefully, I don't know how many of these undead we need to clear out, but we may have to clear them all out. But you can see we do a lot of damage. This area is for level, if I remember the right button. The area is for level 45, so we're level 56 now. We've done a little bit of grinding. With the grinding, we put some extra points on things. So we got this Mana Mastery now. Now got Cruel Preparation now. I went and got this one, Deep Wisdom, because I needed the extra intelligence so I can actually still summon and use my spells. Went and got ourselves Spiritual Aid. The next one we're going to go down to, I believe, is this one here. And then we want to make our way down to Nomadic Teachings. We also want to grab this as well. So there's a few things we want to go and grab. Don't really care too much about the lore. I'm not sure if there's a boss we need to kill, or we just have to kill every single mob. If we look at our actual defenses now, so we have 75 resistance in all of our elements, and then we also then have 33% in the chaos resistance as well. And my cat's walking, my little kitten, who is not so much little kitten anymore, but my kitten keeps walking on my keyboard. Do need to be careful. She's adorable, but she is also a demon. Yeah, so we're going to clear out the rest of this. Okay. This guy, I think, was probably the difficult mob we had to quickly clear out. What's the rest of this? Okay, I have to clear the entire Twilight Strand, which is fine. Then with our potions, we only have this Amethyst Flask, which increases our chaos resistance. So if we know we're going to be fighting against a mob which does chaos damage, we can just pop that and make life a lot easier. Alright, so that wasn't too bad. I know that the difficulty increases quite substantially. So who's Lily? Where is Lily? Oh, Lily's down here. I completely forgot because we've got Sin here, quite a cool looking guy, and then Lily's down here. What have you got for us, Lily?
A wretched sight. So many drowned Oriathans cast into undeath. You freed them from their torment, and I'm sure they'd be grateful. Here, that little something extra I were talking about. Though the sea takes away, it gives back in greater measure.
Right, so she's just given us more respect points.
While you be skulking about, I've managed to do a bit of hunting on my own. Got a hole full of baubles and trinkets.
Okay, that's great. Thank you much for that. And also some random gloves we'll be able to grab as well. Can we trade here? We can. Awesome. We'll trade that in. And then purchase. Okay, nice. You've got loads of gems. I've not looked at what gems you have, but that's fine. Right, now time to move to the other side and make our way to these other quests. Looks like we've got a quest. So we've got a side quest down here of Bestel's Epic. Then the main story will take us, I'm guessing, back to the Axiom prison somewhere, which is pretty cool. And we'll probably, to be quite honest, we'll probably actually skip this until we get to the next region, because we're quite strong. Most things are dying pretty quickly. We're not so much of a glass cannon. We have got high resistances. Our health is quite low. Because ideally, the general rule of thumb is per... Ooh, what's this? Never seen this before. But yeah, as I said, general rule of thumb is per act, you want to have another 300 experience, 300 HP. So the fact that we're now in Act 6, we'd want to have around about 1,800 HP. Obviously, we're quite far off of that. But there is a random mob here somewhere. There it is, this doggo here. Which this doggo goes down. And the dog goes down, nice. We'll just jump back in when we get to the next map, which is going to be this one down here. Unless we find something of note. If we don't find anything, we'll see you when you get to that map. Now we're coming to the end of the Tidal Island. Haven't really had any issues with any mobs, to be quite honest. Everything is dying very quickly, which is quite nice. So we're going to hand this quest in. And unless there's anything to note, we're probably then going to jump straight into the next set of quests, which I think is probably making our way to Axiom Prison. So Bestel, what have you got for us?
Marvellous. Oh, yes. Yes, it's all here.
Okay, he's just reading his poem here. We're not going to sit back and listen to that. That's going to take ages. So I need to have a look here. So strength is an issue. So I would really like to have something that all attributes, something along those lines. So that's strength. So kind of at an impasse here. So I wouldn't mind extra max life like this. We'll grab this, I guess. Is it any good? Loads of armor, loads of max life, regen. That's not too bad. So where to next? So we just continue the main story. So Brine King's in this region here. This one doesn't tell me where to go for that, and doesn't tell me where to go for that one either. That's fine. We now teleport straight back to the coast. Think there's this. Yeah, there we go. Straight into the mud flats where we were there before. And I don't know whether it's an exact carbon copy, like 1-for-1 of previous maps, i.e. Act 1. So we'll find out sometime soon, because there was the mud flats and there's also the other map that came off of this. I forgot what the other map is called. But you can see, not really having any issues with these mobs. They are very quickly dropping. Okay, so I just picked up something off the floor. What is this? Is that Nessa?
Please.
Okay, looks like the Brine King's done something to you. So pick this up. Weakness probably purged. Lest it poison the blood of all Corey. Looks like that was Nessa. Didn't realise that she was a mermaid. So I need to use the missing eye to access the fortress. So looking at where the map's now taken us, we've got to make our way to this random cave over here. So yeah, I don't know what I killed that dropped that eye. I guess it's obviously the main story. This is leveled up, purity of elements, yes please. And our settlement has been going really well as well. And we haven't finished maxing it out because there's a load of the new resource we haven't got, which is like bismuth ore or something along those lines. We've not had any of it drop. So we're just really waiting for some more of it to drop before we really go out of our way for it. And yeah, we'll just slowly make our way through. And it should be somewhere around here, I'm guessing. If I go by past trends, it's normally there it is on the map. You can see it. And this is the previous map. Yeah, it was the previous map. So we can open it and then straight into this place's fortress. Is this a new map? This is a new map. I don't know how similar that is. Okay, it looks like it's going to be a circle again. Exactly the same as the last time we were here in Act 1. But it's pretty cool. They have recycled the maps. Different mobs. It's pretty cool. I like this. I like that it makes sense to recycle some maps. Because if the story is different, there's no harm in redoing the map. So where does this take us? To the keep. Is this where we want to go? Looks like it is. Looks like there's a crafting thing here. We've got Mr. Oh, this God of War. We want to try and keep moving if we can. Okay, can we destroy his protection? Which we can quite nicely. So if needs be, I can just resummon all my minions on top of whatever I need to melt, and he did that pretty quickly. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Right, Sin, can we talk to you? Or do you just take his essence or something? There you go, Sin, what have you got for us?
Sin, thief of virtue, and it is mine to take what I will from the defeated, to make a gift of it to the victorious. Alas, your mortal frame cannot withstand the unfettered fire of deism. It would turn your blood to mist and scorch your precious flesh black. So choose modestly and choose wisely, for there is much more at stake here than your little hopes and dreams.
Okay. Oh, what's this?
The spark. Exquisite.
Pantheon? I don't know what this is. Use this panel to switch god powers. You only have one major, one minor god power active at a time. The major gods appear on the top, the minor gods appear in smaller nodes. Okay, additional physical damage reduction per second. You've been stationary. Okay. Well, we can only go for that one because that's the only one we've got. That's pretty cool. Never seen that before. Right, let's continue making our way through. So we can go back to town. Next time we find a waypoint, we'll go back to town. This is a new map. We've not been here before. But as per usual, we'll just blast our way through. Let our minions tank a lot of the damage. And we need to travel through the prisoner's gate to ship graveyard. Search for Nessa. Which, okay, that's one of the quests. And the other quest is for her to go to Axiom Prison. Which once again, relatively easy. The ridge. Oh, I remember the ridge from Act 1. This is quite a good place to farm. And there's the waypoint. Nice. Let's hand in this other quest, the Father of War, to Tarkley. What have you got for us, buddy?
You've seen Nessa. Talk to her. Well, that's more than I dared hope for, truth be told. This change she's going through, this curse the so-called Brine King has put on her, it can be broken. I know it. You've got to keep going. Follow her trail before it gets any colder. Make your way along the coast, the ship graveyard, even Mervale's cave if you must. By my reckoning, this king's not the sort to venture far from his briny bed.
Okay, thank you for that.
Killed the Karui war god. Can you kill a god? Look, I can't even begin to understand what you've just done. Vestal will be able to put our gratitude into words more fitting of a legend. Me, I'll work with what I know. A solid...
Okay, thank you for the reward. I'll take another skill point. Thank you. Right, let's read that. Nice. Another skill point so we can make our way to this point down here. So we're a few levels away. Right. Sin taught me something about the Pantheon. Can I click on it again to work with it? Yes, okay. Press Y to open the Pantheon. Okay. So that was one of the lesser gods we killed. Soul of Tokuma or Tokama. That's good to know. So we just need to find the other gods. And on that note, we don't need to go for the Tidal Island. It's going to go right back to where we've already cleared. So we'll continue making our way to the prison. I think the ridge, if I remember correctly, the last time it took us directly to the prison. So hopefully it'll do exactly the same this time round. So we'll probably see you. This maybe have a boss again. It's the first time you clear the ridge out in Act 1, there is a boss on it. So there might be a boss here again. So we'll just keep teleporting through. And we'll jump back in if there's a boss. If not, we'll see you when you get to the prison. And we now make our way into the lower prison. There's not really anything to really say about the ridge. We did get this ring here. Really cool Thief's Torment. A kind of unique ring. Then problem is it means I can only have one ring on at a time. Which I kind of need the two rings. because I need the resistances I don't need, but the actual extra mana is something I do need. Need to keep an eye out here, because there is an Ascendancy trial here somewhere. So hopefully it's not too far. But I'm hoping that in today's episode we can at least get through Act 1, or at least if we don't get through Act 1, we'll probably die in Act 1. Not Act 1, in Act 6, sorry. So we're going to try and play our way through this and get to the end. So here we go, is it the same? Okay, it's near enough the same as it was in Act 1. Okay, the mechanic's slightly different, but it's only a slight nuance. And teleport straight across. Boom, there we go. Back again. Okay, this isn't too bad. Okay, annoyingly I got impaled there. There you go, awesome. Right, crafting materials up here, or crafting recipe. As you can see, I did actually put some crafting, bits of crafting on my gear to increase my max mana. Most of it already has max mana. Just so I had enough to have all of my kind of like passives on, as well as having enough to be able to do some magic as well. Because I didn't really want to lose out on too much. Right, Ascendancy plaque, thank you very much. Done, awesome. Okay, that's another one done. So now we need 5 more and we can unlock our second load of Ascendancies. What are these up here? Oh, sorry, I saw these random marks on the minimap. I didn't realise that was not a gate to hell. Well, it kind of is. That gate to hell is actually a the Ascendancy trial. Right, unset ring. Ooh, what's this? Unset ring. What are you? Mark of submission. 1 socket curse. Enemies have socketed hex curse. Okay, I don't know what it means, but fine. I'm sure that's cool. And we're going to do this, and then we'll probably see when we get to whatever boss we fight. It looks like the Essence of Umbra. Looks like it's Chevron we fight in this act. So we'll probably see when we get to her. Unless there's anything else that pops up on the way. There's something which just popped up. This is a smuggler's chest. I found these rogue markers. No idea what they are. And it dropped me... Let's drop something from inventory. You know, that... Okay, that would go. So I don't know what they're used for, but also dropped me this. A Havoc Manifesto. A contract bunker. I don't know what this is. Requires engineering level 1. I don't know what that is either. So... I was going to head back to town to have a look at it. We'll have a look next time we get to town. I'm not going to go out my way for it. It looks like it might be... it's an optional quest, so... we may do it in this episode. We probably won't, to be honest. We just want to get through this act. As soon as we get to end game, we can do a lot of farming at end game. Hopefully do as much of end game content as possible. So I hear the end game content of Path of Exile is pretty awesome. If we can do it as a hardcore, perfect. If we can't, well, never mind. And I would like to get this far on my Ruthless character, but Ruthless is very difficult compared to this. Every fight is a bit of a risky. I went in around a big circle and I can't find the way out. Huh. It's obviously up here on the right. And this is rather reminiscent of when we fought Brutus in Act 1. Very, very reminiscent of that. So hopefully it's just through here. Yeah, we just have to make our way through these stairs. I'm guessing we'll find Chevron, or however you pronounce her name. I do apologise if anyone out there is called Chevron, and I've just butchered your name. Right, yeah, we just push our way through, I guess. These mobs aren't too difficult either. Still, we're not really struggling. We are very strong. Right, there we just see that on the mini-map, actually. That is the last ore that we need to start our final upgrades for our town. We're going to need a lot of that ore. Things like Bismuth or Bismathy. So hopefully we want to get... Now we're in Act 6, we should be able to start finding more of this. Here it is. Bismuth deposit. Interact to mark this node for mining. Initiates elemental energy. Grants magic and rare and enemies. Okay, we've got loads of... Well, obviously 70 or so of it. That's fine by me. I think we need like thousands of it. So more the merrier, really. And we should be getting quite close to the boss bind about now. I don't really want any of those. Because I think gear-wise, we're actually in quite a good place. And I don't really mind grinding a bit of gear off camera. Or off recording. Because I'm quite strong. I can go back and farm a lot of areas without really paying much attention. Especially with all my resistances are quite high, I can take a fair bit of damage. And there we go, there's the next map already. Teleport up here, there go stairs. Hopefully it should just be one more. Or it could, or she could be here, I don't know. Let's just power through these. And here it is, there's another doorway there. Do need to remember that I can teleport my minions to me. A lot of the time I don't do it, but it does make me stronger. I think it does heal me. What's this? Recalls all minions and grants them, okay, grants them health regen, not me. However, because I've got one of the nodes over here, it should grant me increases and reductions to end minion damage. Okay, it's minion damage, not health, my bad. So it won't affect me, that's fine. Okay, I'll go to the rooftop. Yes, okay, yeah, I remember her. Kill her and Brutus.
My life and my work, I shall not suffer this humiliation again.
He's cool. Brutus 2.0. Okay, need to avoid as much of this damage as possible. Okay, he's immortal for the second. She's not. Let's hit her a bit. Okay, she's gone into the next phase. So we're going to fight Brutus again wherever he's gone. Okay, let's keep avoiding the damage. And this is fine. Okay, looks like Brutus is down. Okay, that was the end of that. Okay, it's interesting. So I didn't know did we kill her?
And so it begins. My ethereal veins now run with dark ambition. Let's turn that trickle into a torrent. Let's harvest ourselves a Grand Inquisitor. Just as Chevron's spirit chose to return to comfortable climes, Maligaro's essence once again dwells in his very own chamber of sins. Though I hasten to add that Maligaro's sins are not my sins. I prefer transgressions of a more natural order than does he. I'd carry you to Frisia if I could, yet I expended too much of myself when I snatched you from the jaws of Kitava. You'll need to find your own path, as will I. Make the journey, and please survive it. We too have much work left to do.
Okay, so where did you want me to go? Okay, you don't... I don't think you gave me a quest update. No, you didn't. That's fine. Okay, down to the Warden's Chambers. I'm guessing this will allow me to leave this region. Or at least make our way to the next area. There you go, new crafting, which is spell damage. Prisoner's Gate. Okay, I remember the Prisoner's Gate. I think we didn't come through this way. I think the map was a slightly different layout. Yeah, okay, I remember this place. So we go to like the ship graveyard somewhere around here. I think guessing the ship graveyard is probably down here. But we're slowly making our way through Act 6, which is cool. I don't know if there's much we need to do. Okay, let's hand this
Who'd
in.
have thought those bleating bastards would go and find religion, eh? Now there's nothing quite so sure to spoil a man's appetite than an ecclesiastical debate come supper time. Yet this goatman god, this Aberath, seems fair determined to mix his morsels with his spiritual enlightenments. To put no finer point on it, when the goatmen find him a soft pink human or two as divine secretary.
Okay, so you've got to find Aberath. I don't know who Aberath is. I don't know where he is. Should be on here. Cloven one, Aberath. Okay, he's around Prisoner's Gate somewhere.
Good work clearing another path through Axiom Prison. I'm starting to think those stories...
Okay, no worries. We've cleared Axiom, I guess. And, ooh. Let's go for this.
With the road to the Frisian forest clear again, I trekked through to the forests beyond to see if the strangeness we're seeing on the coast is also happening inland. What I saw nearly froze my heart solid. The animals there, poor wretches, overtaken by some sort of parasite. As close as I can reckon, they're like termites, burrowing into flesh and mind instead of wood. If I'm right, there'll be a nest somewhere, and a queen. If you can find it...
Okay, so you need to find
Stay
parasite.
sharp.
Do I hear the clink of markers in your pockets? Claimed from one of your victims? Or perhaps the victim of one of your victims? It is impossible to know.
Okay, so rogue
Do I
markers.
hear the...
So that is these. I should be able to right click them. Creates a portal to the rogue harbour from Tyana hideout. Uses a currency and serves as rogue harbour. That's pretty cool. We're going to clear our inventory and let's double check where. Okay, the next one is this region here. I think as we've taken out the first kind of mini boss, I think we might actually end this video here. Where the next episode will be us finishing Act 6, which I think is quite good headway. We're doing well. We're still very strong, and we still look very fashionable, especially with my helmet. So yeah, we'll end this episode here, and next episode we will then hopefully make our way. Can I click? Okay, I've got arrows. Hopefully we can make our way and finish Act 6 in the next episode. So thank you much for watching, everyone. If you made it this far, as per usual, I've got a few links down below in the description down below. I've got a link to the Helmbreaker's YouTube / his max roll, which has the build I'm using. And then there's 2 more links. One to Mrs Rothmers, my other half's YouTube channel, where she does lore videos on Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones. And then finally, one to the Discord. If you want to join the Discord, it's a small community, slowly growing. Feel free. Have a wonderful day, everyone, and peace out.